ce crise de racheteur de tabarnak. C'est du jeu de pas bon. C'est du jeu de tapette de calice. J'ai hâte d'aller me laver le cul, man. J'allais aller me faire baiser.
Il rejoint Kit. Il fait juste faire ça dans sa calice de vie.
Qui ça? Qui ça? Qui ça? Qui ça? Non, ça marche pas. Ça dit permission refusée.
Ben, moi, je vais t'envoyer puis tu invites-moi. Hein? Ah,
Lâche pas.
rejoins avec les autres. Allô, allô, allô.
Moi, je dois kicker l'autre gars.
Allô, 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 allô.
Allô, allô, allô. Oh, ben ça marche pas.
L'autre gars, c'est là. Ça va marcher, là. Je sais pas, là. On avait fait de quoi l'autre fois?
Bon, ben, on va jouer de même. Mange la map.
Hein?
On va jouer de même. Mange la map.
Pourquoi on va jouer de même? Non. Ah, non. Qu'est-ce que tu fais?
Je le kick.
Ouais, tu le kicks, mais c'est que si il veut jouer avec nous.
Il jouera pas les autres, c'est un trou de cul.
Mais c'est pas Michael, non?
Ben, je m'en calais, je le kick.
Ok, je vais jouer les autres d'abord. C'est pas ça, mais...
Hey, tabarnak. Tout à l'heure, tu t'es pogné avec. Moi, je dis mange la merde.
Ouais, mais c'est pas lui, je viens de te dire.
Ben, je m'en calisse. Moi, je le kick.
C'est Ninjago que je me suis pogné! Ah, dans le trou, moi, je comprends pas pourquoi ça marche pas.
Suce mon pénis. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Suce mon pénis.
Il va mettre dans les urgences. Non, moi je quitte. Moi je suis pas trop royal, mon gars. Ok, madame le bâtard. Ah, il fait-tu exprès, là?
C'est pas moi, c'est l'autre.
On va chichoner tout à l'heure. Tabarnak, de base, je voulais jouer tout le connard.
Pas moi, c'est l'autre cave.
Bon, Mia, là, c'est bien beau, là, d'être couché sur ma jambe, mais tu veux-tu te coucher comme du monde sur mon ventre? Attends, la minute. Faut que je me place. Attends.
Hey, je t'entends, Brandon, ça marche, ça marche. Wouh! Wouh! Ça marchait, ça marchait. Ça marche plus, je t'entends plus. Ça marche plus, je t'entends plus. Ça marche plus. Parfait. Oh, montre-moi ton pénis, montre-moi ton pénis, montre-moi ton pénis. Couche-toi, mon esti de bâtard. Je vais te défoncer, la petite pénis. Je vais te le défoncer, ton pénis.
Hello.
t'es capable de parler, parle. Celui-là, il va nous péter la scène, le Terminator, je le sais.
Veux-tu que je t'appelle la scène, moi?
Ça pète ta crise de scène.
Ah, mais t'as pété la scène. Tu vas voir.
Veux-tu ma classe de MK78 si j'ai pas torché les gars? Bon, je te donne ma classe de...
Mange-moi ton pénis! Ferme ta gueule, je vais t'arracher les couilles. Je vais te faire bouffer.
Déjà, moi j'ai bien dit stadium.
Ta gueule.
On va à l'hôpital au pire.
Ouais, hôpital, hôpital. Go. Y'a des joueurs, y'a du monde. Ah, fuck. Merci pour la gun. Je veux ton pénis. Tu me le laisses-tu, ça? Y'a du monde, y'a du monde! Je me fais bombarder, je me fais tuer, je me fais tuer.
Ah, mais ils sont pas de là, mon homme.
Ah, j'ai pas le choix, ça me prend un gun. Je me fais péter, je me fais péter.
Non, Chris.
J'ai pas d'autre gun.
Reste en dedans, au pire, mais si t'as un gun qui est de push, reste en dedans.
Je me fais défoncer. Ça me prend un autre gun. Ok, j'ai un autre gun, j'ai un autre gun, j'ai un autre gun, c'est bon. Y'en a un là-bas, dans le fond, là. Mon gun tire tout seul. Je répète, mon gun tire tout seul.
Ouais, mais tabarnak. On va moi, de ta grosse charrue.
Justement, c'est qui a charré, c'est toi. On t'a tué, t'as... Ta gueule! M'a tué! On te montrer c'est qui a charré! Qui a charré! Mon esti de charrue sale, le calice! Parfait, je te crisse une volée. Ta gueule, m'a crissé une volée. Quoi, c'est gros juif? Tu sais pas si c'est ma grosse queue? Je sais que tu vas aimer ça.
T'en as pas assez d'éléments. Éléments, calice, tu fais quoi? Allez, go, 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 load out, load out, load out!
Load up, bro! Load up! Load up! Load up! M'a tué! M'a tué! Ta gueule, m'a tué. M'a tué, la grosse grille de charrue! On a cette grosse salope!
Je te donne ma mitraillette, voilà. J'espère que tu vas me donner une bonne arme. Là, tu vas me donner une bonne arme comme ça.
Ouais, vas-y. Wesh!
Merci.
C'est mon meilleur gun.
Ah, mon homme, bro, tu veux avoir une arme de tryhard? Tu l'as dans tes mains.
T'as l'air d'un tryhard.
Une arme de grosse truie dans tes mains.
T'as l'air d'une grosse truie.
D'habitude avec.
T'as l'air d'une grosse truie. J'ai jamais joué ça à ma calice de vie.
J'espère qu'elle porte ton arme.
Elle a pété mon arme. C'est mon meilleur gun que j'ai jamais fait.
Que t'as fait?
Ouais, c'est le meilleur gun que j'ai jamais créé. C'est ma meilleure arme tout court.
Deuxième loadout, je m'en vais là.
Parfait, mon mot t'en pénis.
Moi, je m'en vais là-bas, là. Fuck off, je vais aller chercher le deuxième loadout.
Est-ce que je suis là avec ton gun, le gros, par exemple? Je le push. Attends-moi, je monte en dedans.
Et voilà.
Le feu l'a tué. Hey Brandon, t'es une grosse marde. Brandon, t'es là, t'en crise. Oh non, demain faut aller à la banque.
Je suis un peu à part ça.
Non, 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 non. Demain faut aller à la banque. Demain faut aller à la banque.
On va direct à Cologne.
Demain faut aller à la banque.
Hein?
Demain faut aller à la banque. Mon compte a été effacé, tu t'en souviens pas?
Ouais, mais tu pourras pas aller à la banque. C'est ton compte qui est barré, fait qu'oublie ça, tu pourras pas ouvrir un compte à la banque.
Ben là, je vais faire comment? Comment tu veux? Tu fais quoi, moi, tabarnak?
Tu t'en vas déjà puis t'en ouvres un autre déjà.
Ouais, ben, regarde, on va voir, là. Ça va être compliqué pendant ça. Ça va me prendre 3 semaines. J'aurais pas dansé pendant 3 semaines encore. À cause d'un esti d'accord de mes deux. Là, je vais me tirer une balle, je vais broyer. Je vais me tirer une balle. Ah, esti. Je vais me tirer une balle. Je vais me tirer une balle, Brandon. Je vais me tirer une balle. Putain. Je vais me tirer une balle! Je vais m'en tirer une! Je vais me tirer une balle. Mal le faire. Crée-moi, mal le faire. Je t'aboute. 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 Je t'aboute, tabarnak. Je t'aboute. J'ai plus d'argent dans mon esti de compte. Là, je suis genre à moins 8000 dans mon compte à cause d'un esti d'accord.
Arrête de stresser, tu vas t'en ouvrir un autre.
Je suis genre à moins 8000. Il va falloir que je leur paye ça. Je peux payer. Il va falloir que je paye 8000. Ah, ben c'est 8000 piastres. Je suis genre à moins 25 000, esti. Il a genre pris un dépôt à un prêt à mon nom, esti. C'est même pas moi qui ai l'argent, tabarnak. C'est moi qui vais être obligé de payer ça. Ouais, imagine, j'étais à moins 15 000, esti. On va me tirer une balle. Je te jure, si j'étais à moins 8000 ou whatever de la fin d'avant, je te jure, je pense que je me tire une balle. On va me tirer une balle. Laisse-moi le kill, laisse-moi le kill, laisse-moi le kill. Mon esti de trou de cul. C'est moi le kill. Tu l'as déjà? Reste là, bouge pas, bouge pas. Bouge pas! Tabarnak! Arrête de bouger! Va te fourrer dans le cul! Ah, c'est mon gun, ça, je le veux pas. Faut jouer la grosse toi, Brendan. Prends-les, ton esti de 35 et 5 heures. Oh! Oh oui! Oh! 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 Tu trouves ça dérangeant? Haha, c'était mon kill, by the way. Qu'est-ce que tu veux, tabarnak? Non, je veux mon gun, va chier. Qu'est-ce que tu veux, tabarnak? Et là, il est mêlé de la cervelle, hein, tabarnak. Il manque une coupe de neurones, je pense. Pète-les, ouais, pète-les. Pète-les! Ah, c'est des vrais joueurs, Brandon, il y a des vrais joueurs là-bas. Mort! Mort! Ah non, là, là, là! Ah là, 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 là! Vas-y, vas-y, je te couvre! Ah là, 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 là! Là-dedans, j'ai besoin d'un coup de main! On se fait péter par un snipe! Ah, je le sais. Yo, tu le vois-tu, tu le vois-tu? Il va vous push dans le cul. Moi, je suis sur le top, je suis sur le top, je reste sur le top. Il vous pousse dans le cul, il vous pousse dans le cul, je le vois. Il est là, là. Il est en dedans. Dans mon bac. Quand 98, je veux ça. Attends une minute. Donne-moi ça, QC. Je te donne mon strider en échange. QC! QC! Mon esti de juif sale. QC, donne-moi ton strider. Donne-moi ton corps. Je vais te donner mon strider en échange.
Vas-y, quand? Je vais aller le chercher, mon frère. Prochaine game, je vais jouer le corps 98.
J'ai pas compris ce que je voulais, mais c'est pas grave. Je pense que la faute, il est autiste. Il entend pas ce qu'on a dit. Snipe! Y'a un snipe, y'a un snipe! Dans le bac, dans le bac, dans le bac, dans le bac là-bas, là. Il est là, il est là, il est là. Good job.
Voilà, il est mort.
Un autre snipe.
C'est un vrai joueur, ça.
Ouais.
Il est vraiment nul.
J'ai vraiment vu ça, oui. Vraiment à chier, comme mon pénis. Y'a un gars en dessous, là. Laisse-moi aller. Hahaha. Montre-moi ton pénis. Montre-moi ton pénis.
Il me prit prioritaire dans le verre en arrière de nous, man. On va se faire push dans le snipe de back.
Ouais.
Il me prit prioritaire.
Qui c'est il est mort? Qui c'est il est mort? Gros, on s'en va le péter.
Ça, ben, il est là-bas.
Gros, on s'en va le péter.
Il me cache, mais c'est bon ça. Ah, eux, je monte en haut, moi.
Où ça? Ok, tu montes là.
Péter le prioritaire d'ABS.
Il est où? Dis-moi si tu le vois. Il est où?
Dans le gaz.
Là.
Dans le gaz. Il est dans le gaz, dans le fond.
Ah, mais où? Là?
Pigné.
Y'en a un là. Y'en a un là.
Je sais pas qu'est-ce qu'il faisait là.
Je sais pas, il se crassait.
Il y a toujours le bloc dans l'arrière, hein. Il va falloir se watcher, là, ce gars-là.
Ouais.
Je sais pas d'où il va venir. Il était. On va aller en haut.
Montre-moi ton pénis. Mort. Qui c'est, il se fait péter live. On s'en vient, qui c'est, on s'en vient.
Double balle.
Ouais, y'en a un là.
J'ai fait la collade.
Y'en a un là, qui c'est, y'en a un là. Éteins le pet. Good job.
Non, mais pourquoi t'es à terre?
Ça l'a aidé, qui c'est, il allait se faire péter.
Le QC, c'est Hello.
What the fuck? Comment je fais, moi? Nice. Oh shit, dans le back.
Réanime-moi.
Trop tard, t'es mort.
Il est en haut, c'est pas grave.
Éteins le pet, hello.
Je savais qu'il allait venir, man.
Y'a un snipe! Mort! Y'a un snipe là-bas! Y'a un snipe l'autre bord là-bas! Moi je pogne ça.
Lui, sur le top, il est mort.
Il est là!
Vas-y, une frappe, man.
Pas besoin, je vais le péter. Ouais. Y'en a un autre. Je sais pas où, mais y'en a un autre. Reste sur tes gardes, hello, C'est pas ça. Tu seras là 300 fin volonté. J'ai 3600. Donne-moi ton cash, mais que tu crèves. Mais que tu sois ici.
C'est bon. Je vais aller te tuer. J'ai drop sa corde, ce gars-là.
Ton stock est ici.
Ah, il est où le gars, là?
On l'a pété, mon PLO.
Il y a une tabarnak de gars. Ok, il est là-bas.
Où ça? Non, non, en bas qui nous tire.
Il est en dedans.
À terre. Mort.
Bien joué.
Dans le bac.
Oh, tabarnak, je manque mes balles. Calice.
What the fuck? Je l'ai tué avec 2 balles. J'ai tiré 2 balles, il est mort.
Le bleu dans le fond, le bleu dans le fond, le bleu dans le fond, là-bas, là-bas.
Continue à tirer les balles dessus.
Continue, lâche pas, man.
Je me fais tirer, je me fais tirer.
T'as-tu des...
Ouais, ouais, viens-t'en, viens-t'en, viens-t'en. Je te drop toutes mes balles. Y'en a ici, là, là. Wouh! Wouh! Non, 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 là, 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 là. Ça me prend des balles, le sniper, j'ai plus de balles. J'ai 12 balles. Go, on le push. Touché! Je le rush. Dans le bac, dans le bac! Je me fais défoncer! Là, 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 là! Good, good, good. Y'a pas de shop, y'a pas de shop, fait que vous êtes tout seuls, les boys.
Oui, il y a un shop, oui, il y a un shop.
Où ça? Oh my god, vas-y, vas-y! Qui s'est fait péter? Vas-y, Brandon, ranime-moi. Vas-y, Brandon, ranime-moi, 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 ranime-moi. Nice, nice. Je m'en vais direct chez QC, le ranimé. Ah, il est déjà ranimé, bon. Je vais dans la maison chercher un gun. Couvrez-moi, je m'en vais dans la maison ici. Un gun, un gun. Un snipe, ok, ça fait le job. Ok, ça c'est bon. J'ai un gun, c'est bon, je peux me défendre. Le petit mot est mort, je m'en vais réanimer. Pogne des plates, pogne des plates. Il est là, il est là, il est là. On l'a eu! Je reviens, ce sera pas long.
Let's go, mon gars! Ouais, c'est défoncé!
Check ma graine. Check, check. Regarde, regarde, regarde.
Arrête tes conneries!
Montre-moi ton pénis! Il manque un chat.
J'ai le Mia qui... La fenêtre est ouverte. Mais il s'amuse à marcher. Peut-être en dessous de mon lit. Ils sont tellement cachés en dessous. Regarde ta marque dans ta gueule. Sac. Tabarnak, gars, encore là! Bon, tu sais, ils ont fait des top 1. Attends, faut que j'aille checker. Ah, tireur.
Bon, maman, j'ai mauvaise nouvelle. J'ai mauvaise nouvelle. Il n'y a plus de lumière dans la cuisine.
Lui, d'abord! Salut ma belle Ménoine, il y a touché ça. Hein? Oh, see, can you see my
Comment va ton frère, là? Comment va ton petit frère? De l'autre côté, il est gay en crise. Ah, j'ai sauté trop tôt. Saute, Brandon, saute! Saute! Saute, j'ai sauté trop de bonheur. Va-t'en à l'IPA. Va-t'en à l'IPA, j'ai sauté trop de bonheur. J'ai sauté trop de bonheur, va-t'en à l'IPA! J'ai sauté trop tôt, va-t'en à l'IPA. Ben l'autre gars, je sais pas ce qu'il fait, là, il est pas avec moi.
Ouais, on est capable, on est en masse de temps.
Je vais me faire péter, il y a plein de joueurs autour de moi. Ils vont me faire péter. C'est ma toune, ça, tu trou de cul. C'est ma toune, esti de bâtard, Charles. M'a tué mon calice de juif. Bon, Brandon, il est mort.
Ben oui, mais j'ai pas touché la petite bonne terre. Calice.
Il était sur moi, mais tu spawn, il était sur moi. Ça fait péter dans le cul! T'as pas eu mon gun, pas eu mon gun, pas eu mon gun, pas eu mon gun. Il va falloir que tu viennes m'opérer après, j'ai une punaise dans le pied, Big. As-tu compris? Faut que tu viennes m'opérer après. Ah là, ça fait du bien, j'avais quoi dans le pied, man, j'avais une punaise dans le pied, tabarnak. Ça fait du bien de l'enlever.
Je viens de rentrer dedans, je me suis dit, me faire 6000 déjà.
Parfait.
T'as-tu un loadout?
Ouais. 9. Montre-moi ton pénis. Montre-moi ton pénis. Brandon, il est mort 15 fois. Ah, c'est moi qui fais règle. Brandon, il est mort 15 fois. Parce que c'est moi qui fais les règles.
Attends. Puis c'est random. C'est random. Drop un deuxième loadout, donne-moi ton cash. On va dropper un loadout. Donne-le à la même qui se drop un deuxième loadout. Drop un deuxième loadout que je te donne ton cash. Mon si tu veux l'essayer aussi. Veux-tu l'essayer? Il y a quelqu'un là-bas. Ah, moi cette fois-ci. C'est ça et ça. Moi ça va être quand 98. Construit.
Donne-moi ton corps, je veux ton corps, c'est moi qui le prends.
Ah non, si c'est des pénis.
Parfait.
Je te donnais à là.
Non, c'est moi qui l'ai. Moi je prends celui-là de bas. Ça me semble que ça va pas bien.
avec en 98 par contre. Quand tu sais jouer avec.
Laissez-moi quel, les boys. Laissez-moi quel, je vais l'essayer, mon gun.
Hey, ça fait mal quand tu mets des balles parfaites.
Ferme ta gueule, je vais te tuer, mon calice. Hey, Brendan, prends ton esti de gun de merde, je veux mon sniper. Brendan,
Ben tiens, prends ça.
pointe ton esti de gun de calice de merde, là. Moi, je veux mon sniper.
Ben,
T'es où?
gun.
T'es où, tabarnak? Yo, mon gun, donne-moi mon gun. T'es où, là?
Hey, je l'ai pas, ton esti de gun!
Ben là, t'auras pas ton corps.
Si je l'avais. Ils sont les deux. Ils sont là-bas. Ok, il est vers le. Il y avait un gars, il y avait un gars, il y avait un gars.
Ouais, je vois ça. Pointe ton esti de corps de merde, là. Donne-moi mon esti de sniper de mes deux, là. Brendan, pointe ton esti de gun de merde. Brendan, pointe ton sniper de merde. Brendan, pointe ton esti de gun de merde. J'en ai déjà un, j'en ai déjà un. Je l'ai tué, je l'ai tué. Je l'ai déjà, ton sniper 300 de merde. Non, le mien est meilleur, il y a plus de balles. Putain, moi de la merde. M'a tué mon acide drift sale! Tabarnak! Qu'est-ce que tu veux, hein? Tu veux que je pogne ça? C'est quoi ça, ce petit gun de cul là? C'est quoi ce petit gun de merde là, man? Déviation, c'est quoi ce petit de merde là, man? Pas bon, ce calice.
Ah oui, je peux le tout! Ah, ah, ah. On allait m'en acheter tout seul, quelque part. Il y en a un affaire. On va que c'est ça de vite. Ben ouais, on a pas le temps. Oh. Oh, ça doit être vraiment pour savoir.
Où ça? Oh là, là, sur le top. Mort!
Monsieur, il a pété sa scène de bille.
J'ai crissé ma bête dans le cul! Il a pas aimé ça!
C'est quelqu'un là.
On va péter sa scène. Snipe!
What the fuck, c'était quoi ça, mon homme? What the fuck, c'était tellement bien dit, bien fait, man. Glou, 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 glou.
C'est ma bouteille d'eau.
On a tout entendu.
C'était ma bouteille d'eau.
Entendu.
Glou glou. Mange-moi ton pénis! On va la refaire, t'es-tu prête? C'était-tu beau ça aussi?
À mon avis, là. Glou, 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 glou.
Glou 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 glou. Glou 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 glou.
Gloc, 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 gloc.
Glou 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 glou. Je vais te montrer mon pénis.
Gloc, 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 pénis.
T'as de l'air d'un petit pénis, tout dur, tout mou. Bon, qui c'est, il est mort. Calice. Ah non, pas sérieux.
Il y a deux mondes en dedans. Pousse pas, on est rendu que deux.
Moi je sais.
On sait même pas ici.
Il y a un shop derrière là. Je m'en vais au shop. Je m'en vais au shop.
C'est beau, shop.
Je pense que j'ai vu un snipe sur le top. Fais attention. Ouais. Couvre-moi, je rentre dedans. Si je peux pas sauter là.
Tu l'as tué?
Ouais, je l'ai pété.
C'est un vrai gars?
Ouais, c'est un vrai gars. Je l'ai pété sa race dans le cul.
Ah non, mais pourquoi random la retourne là-bas? Ok, j'espère qu'il retourne pas là-bas.
Non, non, on tombe pas là-bas, mais ça.
Je vais avancer la rotation parce que là, de toute façon, là, il n'y a pas la rotation. Là.
On faudrait que tu m'expliques c'est quoi la rotation, parce que moi je comprends rien quand tu dis ça, mon chum.
La rotation, c'est parce que je joue la zone d'avant.
Ouais, montre-moi ton pénis.
Là, le gars, c'est dans le cul.
Montre-moi ton pénis dans le cul.
Ah, ok. La team, là, vraiment d'en bas, va venir.
Oh, mon jeu est tellement fluide. Brandon. Ok, c'est bon, ça marche. On va le péter au snipe, viens on s'en va le péter.
mais je sais pas où qu'il a tiré. Ok, il est dans le bac.
Montre-moi ton pénis.
Là-bas.
Où ça, je le vois pas.
Oh, touch.
On s'en va le péter, go!
À la gauche, moi je pars.
Moi, je suis l'eau.
Ah, on a pas le top, man. Là, c'est con, là. Faut regarder le top. Moi, je garde le top.
J'ai pogné un drone! J'ai pogné un drone! J'ai pogné un drone!
Ça par rapport, on a pas le top.
Pas grave, j'ai pogné un drone. Contrôle, puis
Avec moi, les boys.
je m'en viens, je m'en viens. Y'a-tu du monde de ce côté? Randall, je te parle.
Oui, il y a du monde.
Je m'en viens. On va les péter. Y'a un snipe, y'a un snipe! Couvre-toi! Calice. Y'a-tu un shop pas loin? Y'a un shop de là. On va au shop là.
Oui, il y a un chapeau.
Ouais, je m'en vais. Ah non, t'inquiète, je m'en occupe.
Déjà.
C'est un bot, je m'en calisse, c'est de la merde. Là, on se fait baquer par la zone, faut avancer là. Faut avancer là.
Mort. Il est mort, le gars.
Good.
Ben, mon esti de mitraillette, elle était de la bombe.
Montre-moi ton pénis.
Pas pour rien qu'elle mettait ce gars-là.
M'en va avec l'eau.
Il y a un gars là.
J'étais avec l'eau, moi. Oh, j'ai mes guns. Là, j'ai mes guns à moi.
Mais vous êtes là en tabarnak, les boys.
Ouais, je sais, on est en train de péter un gars. Il y a un snipe là-bas.
J'ai besoin d'aide.
Je m'en viens. On va les péter. sont où? Moi, ping-moi les, ping-moi les. Ok, je m'en vais. Ok. Il est couché dans l'arbre, là.
À terre, à terre.
Je m'en vais le péter.
Il est mort.
Parfait, je m'en vais le péter.
Il est mort, il se ramène, il est là, il est là, il est là, il est là.
Je m'en vais le péter. Je l'ai pété. Il est mort. Non, laisse-moi le cash, le cash est à moi. Laisse-moi du cash. C'est 4v4, 4v4. Y'en a un là. Je m'en vais le péter. Couvrez-moi, je m'en vais le péter. Ta gueule. Yeah, baby! That's what I was waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
C'est de la bombe, mon homme. Le corps, c'est de la bombe. J'ai fait une belle game, mon corps 98. Hello, 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 hello. J'ai fait une belle game, mon corps 98. Oh, hello! On peut dire encore quel corps 98, c'est mon bébé d'âme. Je l'adore.
Moi, je l'ai.
Ça fait quoi? 3 top 1 qu'on fait?
2.
Puis Hello, tu dis qu'on est de la merde? Puis pas Hello, tu dis qu'on est de la merde, mais Mickaël, tu dis qu'on est de la merde?
Ben oui.
Il vient de jouer avec nous?
Il est là, je suis une tapette. Ha 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 ha.
On est battant royal, mon homme. Hello. On est gars en battant royal.
Non, non, mais les contractés, va te les contracter. Va te contracter.
Hein? 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 Ah! Ah! Allô? Peut-être de plus, il va parler. Attends, je calisse la gueule. Ça m'excite.
Ah oui, ça le fait mon beau. Ah oui.
Oui, ma belle Mia, t'es couché à côté comme ça. J'aime ça quand tu fais ça, Mia, t'es calme, t'es couché. Va me crever, moi. En tout cas, 98. C'est de la bombe. 2 balles. Ah, le petit chien sale, il a quitté. Ah, le petit chien sale, il est revenu. Je te niaise. Tu sais, ta mère est où, hein? Monsieur, il se couche à des heures bizarres. Je le connais.
Maman. Maman. Virginie. West Virginie.
Pourquoi la game est longue, là, tabarnak? Ah, le cul à la Mia.
T'as là, c'est mon petit cul.
C'est mon petit cœur.
Non, c'est le mien, c'est moi qui l'ai élevé.
Ah ouais, c'est mon petit cœur.
Pourquoi QC il a quitté? Ok, il est là, le petit QC de merde.
Un petit cul comme ça, là, mon Mia. Et ma belle Mia, mais oui, ma belle Mia.
QC il a quitté, Brendan, quitte, vite. Ah!
Mais c'est lui qui quitte qui revient, tabarnak.
Chris de cave! Crise de moteur! Ah, bon. Je mange ma graine. Pour que tu me suces le bat.
Toi, t'as pas de suite. On t'entame sur le 4ème dans le let's go. Tabarnak, d'accord, allez, c'est un dans le bac, un dans le bord. De partout. De partout. De partout.
Elle fait la chemise quand elle sèche le plat. J'ai la devise, j'y arrive sans un job. D'entre-toi, après tu préfères aller club. D'entre tout, parce que je fumais à l'école. Tout le monde rigole. X parce que tu parles de Tylenol. C'est des chicas. Maintenant, c'est la lima. Black Diamond and Z4O. Pink gas mask. Pink gas mask. Favela, calme-toi mon petit gars, prends une arme, puis fume un cigare, microdose, commence par un corps, Nintendo pop la barre, bouge au bar, puis tu commences à boire. Quand le Uber, fuck ta whip, mauvaise adresse, t'es rendu au strip, perdu mettre tes clés, tu te réveilles triste, malade, mais je m'en crisse, c'est la vie quand t'es RX. Sensuelle quand elle lèche mon love, elle fait la chemise, elle sèche le blog. J'ai la devise, j'arrive sans un job. Vous parce que je fumais à l'école, maintenant c'est légal, tout le monde rigole. T'es pas X parce que tu portes des Tylenol. Tout là c'est le chica. Et Barry dans sa fit pas. Z4A. Fuck up Rocky. Une performance du jeune loup. Quand elle lèche mon love, elle fait la chemise quand elle sèche le plat. J'ai la devise, j'arrive sans un job. Parce que je fumais à l'école. Maintenant c'est régal, tout le monde rigole. X parce que tu portes des Tylenol. On feed pas. Z4A. Rocky Balboa. On est à Montréal, pas au Favela. Fume une puis fume un cigare. Microdose, commence par un corps. Pop la barre. Bouge au bar. Dans ton char. Pas le Uber, fuck ta whip. Mauvaise adresse, t'es rendu au strip. Mais tu te réveilles triste, tu malade, mais je m'en crisse. C'est la vie quand t'es RX. Sensuelle quand elle lèche mon love. Elle fait la chemise quand elle sèche le plug. J'y arrive sans un job. Entre toi, tu préfères aller club. Maintenant c'est légal, tout le monde regarde. Bah, X parce que tu parles des Tylenol. Ça, mais t'es fier de ton achat. Performance du jeune loup. Sensuelle quand elle lèche mon love, elle fait la soumise quand elle sèche le plat. J'ai la devise, j'arrive sans un job. C'est fou parce que je fumais à l'école. À X parce que tu parles de Tylenol. On est à Montréal, pas au Favela. Réponds-toi, calme-toi mon petit gars. Puis fume un cigare. Microdose commence par un corps. Quand le Uber fuck ta whip, mauvaise adresse, t'es rendu au strip. C'est la vie quand t'es RX. Sensuelle quand elle lèche mon love. Elle fait la soumise quand elle sèche le bloc. J'ai la devise, j'y arrive sans un job. C'est fou parce que je fumais à l'école. RX parce que tu portes des Tylenol. C'est des chicas. Balboa. Performance du jeune loup. Sensuelle quand elle lèche mon love, elle fait la soumise quand elle sèche le plug. J'ai la devise, j'y arrive sans job. Fou parce que je fumais à l'école, maintenant c'est légal, tout le monde rigole. Parce que tu popes des Tylenol. On est à Montréal, pas au Favela. Comme toi, mon petit gars. Fume une zane, puis fume un cigare. Mes microdoses commencent par un corps. Dans le Dolce bouge au bar. Tu commences à boire. Sensuelle quand elle lèche mon love, elle fait la soumise quand elle sèche le plat. J'ai la devise, j'arrive sans un job. Entre pourquoi tu préfères aller club. Tout le monde rigole. Ah, RX parce que tu popes des Tylenol. C'est la chica. C'est la lima. Vous écoutez une performance du jeune loup. Sensuelle quand elle lèche mon love, elle fait la soumise quand elle sèche le plat. J'ai la devise, j'y arrive sans un job. Attends-moi, ce petit trou de cul! Chica. Rocky Balboa. Fais des faux pas. Faites les gros bras. Pas au Favela. Réponds-toi, calme-toi mon petit gars. Prends une zane, puis fume un cigare. Mes microdoses commencent par un corps. Pop la barre. Bouge au bar. Fuck ta whip. Mauvaise adresse, t'es rendu un strip. Tu te réveilles triste sur ma line, mais je m'en crisse. C'est ma vie quand t'es FX. Sensuelle quand elle lèche mon love. Elle fait la chemise quand elle sèche le bloc. J'ai la devise, j'y arrive sans job. Quand on prend ton tu préfères aller club. Je suis fumé à l'école. Maintenant c'est légal, tout le monde rigole. Tylenol. Rocky Balboa.
Je peux aller prendre ma méthode dans le trou, là.
Je m'en calisse. Je m'en calisse.
Ouais, c'est mon pénis.
Parfait.
Non, on va pour un quatrième top down.
Performance du jeune loup. Sensuelle quand elle lèche mon love. J'ai fait la chemise quand elle sèche le plat. J'ai la devise, j'arrive sans job. Rentre très fort, entends ce que tu préfères aller club. Parce que je fumais à l'école. Maintenant c'est légal, tout le monde rigole. Hey, X parce que tu parles de Tylenol. Non, c'est les chicas. Non, j'ai la lima. Non, mon backbois. C'est 4A. Fuck up Rocky Balboa. Line, mais je m'en crisse, c'est la vie quand t'es RX. Ouais, lèche mon love, elle fait la chemise quand elle sèche le plat. J'ai la devise, j'y arrive sans job. Vous écoutez une performance du jeune loup. Vous écoutez une performance du jeune loup. On s'est pété par là-bas, là, ouais. Vous écoutez une performance du jeune loup.
Ah oui!
Ferme ta gueule. M'a t'arraché les couilles avec mes dents. Ah, je le vois, il est là, là. Non, je l'ai manqué, ma shot. Gros, on le fesse. Le snipe au fond, là-bas, là. Je suis à terre, je suis à terre. Non, non, il est là, il est là, il est là. Tabarnak de calice.
J'ai mal, j'ai besoin d'aide.
Je suis mort. M'en viens. Ben, chez mon stock au loadout, j'arrive.
J'essaye un mouvement.
Je m'en viens. Je vais le péter par.
J'avais dit que j'avais besoin d'aide.
Ah, mais je suis mort. Qu'est-ce que tu veux que je te dise? J'étais mort. Alors, oublie ça, là. Oublie ça, mec.
Tabac. Mais voyons donc, bro, les boys.
Nos teammates sont morts aussi. Aïe, aïe. L'autre con, il joue de la flûte. Brandon! Sur mon écran, là, Rabbit, le gars, le bleu, il joue de la flûte. Il joue de la flûte. Aïe, aïe. Est-ce que c'était drôle? Aïe, aïe. Est-ce que c'était légendaire? Il jouait de la flûte, Big. Il jouait de la flûte, aussi. Il jouait de la flûte. Aïe, le bleu, il jouait de la flûte. Le bleu, il jouait de la flûte, mec. Aïe, aïe. Ah non, oublie ça, il y avait rien à faire. Ramenez-moi, vite, vite, vite. Oh, tabarnak.
Ben oui, bro, man.
Je décalisse. Je m'en vais de là,
Ben bon, la team est quand ben oui, la team est là.
Alors, je fais quoi, là?
T'as combien?
J'ai 800.
Il va aller rallumer là.
Gros, j'ai pas de gun, fuck
Là,
all.
il s'en va direct sur le shop là, dans le milieu. Sur le shop dans le milieu, il s'en va. Sur le shop dans le milieu, il s'en va. Lui, dans le milieu, il s'en va. Va là.
On me laisse, tu.
Direct dans le fond. Il s'en va direct dans le fond. Il est bien calme.
Oh, y'a un gars qui vient me viser.
Il va aller réanimer son teammate. Il réanime son teammate, il prend ça. Yo, il va me réanimer, Réanime Michel, please.
Moi, j'ai un fucking pistolet, tu veux que je fasse quoi?
Et voilà.
Y'a pas de gun nulle part, où est-ce que je suis? Je fais quoi?
On n'a plus le droit à l'erreur. Hein.
Ah, mais là, je fais quoi? J'ai pas de gun. J'ai un pistolet.
Droit à l'erreur, c'est ce qu'on passe.
Oh, j'ai pas du là. Aïe, aïe, si c'était drôle, ça. On va jouer bazooka. Aïe, aïe. On va jouer bazooka. Le bazooka, il va même pas one shot. Le bazooka, il va même pas one shot. Aïe, aïe, le bazooka. Le bazooka, il va même pas one shot, hostie. Aïe, aïe, si c'était drôle, ça. On va jouer bazooka. J'en ai une arme, viens-t'en, je vais te dropper une. Viens-t'en, je te drop mon gun. Viens-t'en, je te drop ma carbone. T'as là ma carbone. La carbone! Mon esti de jeu sale. J'ai droppé ma carbone pour toi et tu l'as même pas pris.
quelqu'un sur le top, qu'est-ce que je disais? Ça vient nous push, ça vient nous push.
Je m'en viens, je m'en viens.
Ça vient nous push la pompe.
Go, on monte en haut. Go, 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 on monte en haut. On va y péter. Chris, c'est bien long, tabarnak, monter en haut de ça. Il m'attendra, Chris. Y'a un gars là. Snipe, snipe, snipe!
Ta grand-mère, ta grand-mère, ta grand-mère!
Ah là, man, on se fait péter cette game-là.
C'est bien placé d'un bord de l'autre. Il va en haut, il y en a en haut. Tabarnak, on se fait pousser partout.
Go, on sort d'ici, on sort d'ici. Gros douce. Je fasse quoi, tabarnak?
Ah, y'a one tap, y'a one tap. Ouais, j'ai plus de balle. Aïe, aïe, j'ai plus de balle.
Pas grave, il est mort dans le gaz. Il est mort dans le gaz.
Le gaz, en avant. C'est quoi cette merde?
Ah, la fin de zone est à chier. Attention, attendant, 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 attendant. Pète-le, pète-le! Il y a un joueur là-bas, là. Il y a du monde là-bas, là. Il s'est abandonné, il s'est. Pas de coup de main! Il est mort, tabarnak, j'ai. Redonne, redonne, non! Non! Ah! Ah! Ah, Brandon, réanime-moi si t'es capable, réanime-moi si t'es capable. Je m'en vais. Bouge pas trop. Il y a un gars sur le top là. Tabarnak! Pas de montage! Aïe aïe! C'est normal le bordel! Ah!
Ouais, triste, mon homme, regarde ce qu'il a fait.
Ouais.
Regarde. Ouais, triste. Tabarnak, on a bien joué pareil, mais tabarnak.
Montre-moi ton pénis.
J'avais les gars des mains, hein, tu veux que je joue ça? C'est quoi ça, tabarnak?
Go, on reparle un autre. Ah ouais! Ouais, ah ouais, un autre. J'en veux encore 15 000 dans même. Je m'en calisse, tu vas jouer direct là. Montre-moi ton pénis.
Sérieux?
Quoi, sérieux? Ah, regarde, moi je peux te voir par le trou. Je te vois par le trou! Attends, je sais même pas avec quoi. Ça pue la merde! Attends, laisse-moi grandir le trou un peu. Ah, mais moi je suis bien installé là. Moi je suis bien installé pour te niaiser, je sais pas si tu le sais là. Capable. Ah, je suis capable. Si, je suis capable. C'est mon pénis. Alors... Attends. Donne-moi mon pinouche. Donne-moi ma patente. Donne-moi les parfait. Donne-moi-les. Donne-moi-les. Ça va-tu bien? Ça va-tu bien? Ça va-tu bien? Bonne réponse, on frappe!
Ah, ok, oui, oui, ça va bien, ça va bien. Ça va bien! Non, non, fais pas ça, c'est dommage. Fais pas. Regarde, tu fais juste pousser ton plus bord. Savais-tu ça? C'est mon point. Aïe aïe, tabarnak!
Ah, il est jamais.
Yoï! Tu sais, je fais du chien en perte, ben je vais rester là pendant pas de temps. C'est là. Aïe, tu viens de me pogner en plus. Chien. C'est chien.
C'est drôle. Ça pue, je sais pas si tu le sais, ça pue à la tabarnak. C'est long? C'est long. On va falloir qu'on bouge ça, hein? On va falloir qu'on bouge ça. On va falloir qu'on bouge, sinon on arrêtera pas de se niaiser. On va falloir qu'on bouge ça. Alors, on va écrire sur du papier, là. Ah ouais, du papier.
Gab, là.
We're doing it. We're actually doing it. Over a year ago, I first teased these drums, and I didn't play them. And it's for a damn good reason. There's something warped up with these. But we're finally having a go. We had a stream last night where we played these, and it's bad. It's really bad. Like, after today, these are gone again. We're actually going to get some real drums in here. Man, these are a mess. And yet, the reason why I didn't play them is because they're broken. Like, I thought the Jinbaos were the worst drums I own. It's these. And these are my staccatos. I found them at Cash Converters. And it's not Staccato's fault that they're so terrible. It's because someone tried to fix these. They're fiberglass. To make them look like this, they have to be fiberglass. And yet, someone has tried to fix them. It's called the bearing edge. It's where the drum head seats against the drum. It's like this edge that's cut into the shell, and it's meant to be perfectly flat and perfectly there. These aren't. These have big botchy edges and schmooey bits and whatnot. Gosh, I think to fix these, I'd have to buy a lapping table, I think they're called. A big flat piece of granite. But I know all yous want to hear them. Alright, and I've done my best. These are Evans Hydraulics, the maniacally thick drum heads, because there are sections where the drum isn't even making contact with the head anymore. I've never seen this. These are untunable. They're impossible. Like, we got Nick on the desk, working magic, and even he's going, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't make them sound good. I had to throw the book away to even get to this point. As I said, there's all these bubbled up spots. There's just nothing you can do. So yeah, thick drum heads to try and absorb the awfulness, because like if you have a big crinkly spot, it'll buzz and rattle. Go, man, and every single drum is a mess. They sound like they're made of wood, and it's literally because the drum head has crinkled spots, so instead of just going, it's going, and it's not the hydraulics. I've put these on Pearl exports, and they sounded good. Gosh, it's bad.
I'm the kind of girl who can bend the beat, turn a heartbreak night to a VR suite. I'm the kind of girl who can shift the vibe, turn a simple move to a hold your ride. That's slowing down, baby, that's too late. I am moving through the universe at premium rate. If I say the word, then it's already happening. Feel it so fine. Got the whole world happening. No doubt, no fear, you can hold me down. It's my time now, baby. Watch me take that crown.
Gosh, these suck. Such a fun tune, and then you just go to the toms and it's just wood.
Is it just me staring in the mirror on the wall? All I can see is nothing more than nothing at all. Behind that grinning face, you know what I discovered? A void, an empty space.
Let's put the drum mics right up their drum holes. Yeah, look, I told you they're bad. They sound like they're made of wood. Dun, dun, dun. And that's what happens when the drum head can't vibrate freely. It's all gummed up in locations going burr, burr, and that's it. You know, I've got to get like a big lapping table and literally like sand down until it's perfectly flat again. But gosh, I think like one big enough to do a bass drum will cost more than what I paid for this whole kit. These are so fragile. Like, they've already got heaps of cracks in them from just being in South Australia. I believe they've never left this state, and you see what's happened to them. I thought I'd never get a set of these because they would never survive shipping from overseas. Then they wound up at Modbury Cash Converters. That's the only reason why I've got them. And I can't ship them anywhere to fix them because, again, they'll break. I will fix them at some point, but that day is not today. And look, just to prove how miserable these sound, oi, I'm going to put a really special kit in the room, hey? You're going to hear the difference. These are my Yamaha Absolutes. If I could have a signature drum kit, it would, other than my Brady's, it would probably be these. That someone was selling a gigantic pile of them, and so I got to pick out the very toms I wanted. 8, 10, 12, 18 with a 20-inch kick. It's hilarious.
I'm the kind of girl who can bend the beat, turn a heartbreak night to a VR suite. I'm the kind of girl who can shift the vibe, turn a simple move to a hold your ride. But slow me down, baby, that's too late. I am moving through the universe at premium rate. If I say the word, then it's already happening. Feel me so fine. Got the whole world happening. No doubt, no fear, you can't hold me down. It's my time now, baby. Watch me take that crown.
Didn't these just sound glorious? You just touch them and they sing. They're so easy to play. You're not digging a stick out of the swamp. They just come flying right back at you. And respect to the Pisces signatures, huh? Again, glorious. The difference is just so big, and also represent 18-inch floor tom. Everyone get on them. So yeah, there you go. Like, we finally listened to the staccatos, and yeah, it's bad. I'll fix them one day. At some point, and then we could actually put different drum heads on it and hear what they're kind of meant to sound like. But yeah, they're bad. That's why I didn't play them the first time. So I hope your curiosity has been sated. And if you want to jump in and see the mess happen live, it's on Floatplane. $2.80 for a whole month. That's like half of a Twitch subscription. And I actually get paid. Unlike being on Twitch, and unlike being on YouTube, I won't get demonetized immediately for having 2 seconds worth of Nickelback or something. So it's why I'm on Floatplane. I can actually have fun. We can have fun. I've got heaps of other content up there. Frank hangs about. We dig music out of the bin. It's a total mess. Most of the music we play is me music. And then I have to remember, hang on, we're going to play music that can actually be played on YouTube.
I'm the kind of girl who can bend the beat, turn a heartbreak night to a VR suite. I'm the kind of girl who can shift the vibe, turn a simple
Vous avez
move.
peut-être vu passer ces images.
When Marquez shoots you a message that you have to react to a video, I'm all over it. Let's check out how Mr. Who's the Boss did on his 90-day body transformation. Huge thank you to Odoo for sponsoring this video. Let's get started. Be-whoop.
Last week, I got the greatest message ever.
You get to adopt 6 more newfies without having to work to take care of them?
Do you want to play in the Sidemen charity football match?
That's pretty cool. I would like to play in the Sidemen charity match. KSI, you've been on the show. Come on, baby, get me in.
My favorite sport to play in the largest stadium in the country with the biggest online audience of any charity sports.
And I grew up an Arsenal fan. Thierry Henry, ooh.
And millions raised for great causes. Oh my God, yes. The only issue is I look like this. This is my current body.
First of all, we have to move away from judging someone's performance level or fitness level simply based on the way they look. I hate to use anecdotes as examples for rules. This isn't necessarily a rule. But have you seen Tyson Fury's body when he beats up on Jack Diesel dudes?
This is about how good I am at football.
That's the problem. That's the bigger problem right there.
Now I just need to completely transform my weight, my health, and my football skills before April 18th.
How many days is that? Do we know? 90 days. In 90 days, you could make some meaningful improvements to cardiometabolic fitness. Are your football skills gonna greatly improve? And look at me saying football instead of soccer. Should I say footy?
Oh dear.
I just got a full-body DEXA scan done, which is pretty crazy because it shows you in crystal clear detail how much of you is lean muscle.
Okay, so this is where non-medical people talking about medical subjects gets a little bit wonky. This isn't a crystal clear image. I wish it was crystal clear. There are so many variables that impact, for example, your lean mass. Many people assume this lean mass number represents muscle mass. And while a part of that, a good part of that, is your muscle mass, it's also glycogen, hydration, inflammation, things that can vary test to test, which is why a lot of these tests are not recommended to be done over the course of a week to week, because there are variations. There is a standard of error.
And I'm not in love with the reports that came with that, because it confirms the obvious that I do have slightly too much fat.
I've never heard this fat mass index. I would love to see percentages instead, but this clearly is some validated range from the body composition DEXA scan. Also, important to note, DEXA scan, while it is a low amount of radiation, there is still an amount of radiation similar to an X-ray, so something to take into consideration why we don't recommend it for pregnant patients.
It's saying over here that I'm 64th out of an average 100 people, but it's also made me realize that I have way too much visceral fat.
Yeah, so this visceral fat calculation is also interested, and notice I say calculation because this is usually done by software estimation, not actual clear visual representation. Visceral fat is a problem because this is the type of fat that lives on your organs, not the subcutaneous fat that lives underneath your skin that you see on the outside of your body. When we see the correlations of those who have high amount of visceral fat, they tend to have poorer outcomes, meaning higher risks of cardiometabolic disease, diabetes, heart attack, strokes, etc.
The good news, though, is losing extra weight is pretty much as simple as this equation. Calories taken in through food and drink, so for me right now, this is 2,500 a day, minus the calories I burn.
Calories in, calories out, while oversimplified, is a good baseline for understanding of how our body lose and gain weight. Now, why I say baseline? Because there are other variables. There are hormonal processes. There are processes that impact your metabolism, how many calories you burn just by being alive in a given day, the thermic effect of food for your body to digest certain nutrients. So there are other factors, but when you want to simplify it, to just get the basics going, calories in, calories out is a fair place to start.
So that's both what my body burns naturally, just by being alive, 1,800, and any extra that I'm able to shed by moving around and exercising, a meager 400 right now.
And I wonder how accurate these numbers are, because getting your baseline caloric burn calories does change depending on your body weight. So as you lose or gain weight, that number can change. So the human body is very interesting in how it thinks about self-survival, because the human body is trained to survive, not starve, not burn fat, but to create storage in case you meet a situation where you don't have access to food.
I'm eating more than I'm using, so my body is storing that excess mostly as fat. So to up the number of calories burned, my desk chair is gone. It's replaced by two things. This wellness ball that I bought from Techno Gym.
I don't like this. It's not that I don't like the tool from Techno Gym, the ball. I just wouldn't recommend someone try and burn calories in this way. It's usually A, not necessary, and B, can actually harm your ability to lose weight. Bear with me here. The reason why I say that is because in order to lose weight successfully in the long term, even in a 90-day cycle, you want to be focused on continuity. So your ability to show up day in, day out for your exercise, for your nutrition, and what can happen when you overuse core muscles, especially when you're going from 0 to 100 real quick, you can hurt stabilizing muscles, core body muscles, so much so that you aren't able to perform exercises in the gym and therefore are falling off your trajectory of maximizing your gains.
Then, the best under-desk elliptical that I've ever used, the QB Go.
Is this an ad for all of these products? Because if it is, that's master level marketing. Props on that. I actually want to know the brand of the socks more than I want to know the QB thing.
The most important tool in my entire arsenal is the incline walk. Walking at an incline on a treadmill honestly feels like a hack. It burns calories shockingly fast.
It's not a hack. I wish it was a hack. I mean, I guess it's your definition of what a hack is. Walking on a treadmill on an incline certainly can get your heart rate up. And for some who, let's say, haven't been training for a long period of time and are unable to go for a light jog or a slow run, walking on an incline can provide that level of intensity with creating potentially some soreness, especially in the hamstrings, in the calves, in the shin bones. So you have to be quite careful with, again, going from 0 to 100 on such a high level of an incline.
And finally, but most importantly, I also got to reduce how many calories I take in.
That's actually the most important thing to take into consideration when it comes to losing weight. You could only burn so much with exercise. And our bodies, especially when not accustomed to exercising, cannot burn high amounts of calories to offset an unhealthy or extremely high caloric dense diet. I actually did a short about this. Some people didn't like it, but I thought it was a good visual representation of how long you have to be on a treadmill in order to burn some specific foods. That is why we talk about weight loss as primarily driven by nutrition, like 70% of it driven by nutrition. And again, in order to play in a soccer game, it's not really about weight loss, it's about fitness. So you gotta be careful about not driving your calories too low and then increasing energy expenditure too high, because that can create a mismatch and create injury, illness. Literally, you could get sick from losing weight too quickly. And I mean sick like hurt your immune system and get an upper respiratory infection.
Last year was the first time that I started consistently snoring in my sleep, pretty badly. And weight gain is one of the most common explanations for that.
That is one of the factors, absolutely. Snoring on its own is not a medical diagnosis, it's more of a symptom, even though I guess you could find an ICD-10 diagnosis code for it. I would be more concerned about sleep apnea. And if there were periods where he's apneic, not breathing, therefore not going through the full stages of sleep, not getting that deep, restful, restorative sleep.
All leading to an average sleep score last month of 76 out of 100.
And you know how I feel about these sleep scores. I think that if you got a poor night's sleep, you know it. It's not a shock to anyone. You wake up, you feel tired, you're dragging. When you wake up and feel great, and then your sleep score says it wasn't great, that can only hurt you. So I don't know the actual value of these sleep trackers outside of maybe some very intense experimentation. I think they only serve to fuel more anxiety. And now there's a whole body of evidence happening around this where we created a condition called orthosomnia, where people actually hurt their ability to sleep and have so much anxiety because of these sleep trackers.
So here's the game plan to get that number up. First, 3 gadgets. And to be honest, each one of these is a bit of a wild card. First is the Woodger mat, which you place onto your bed, and it's meant to use vibration in a way that stimulates circulation and relaxation.
Oh, that doesn't seem nice at all. Who wants to sleep on a washing machine?
They say this is absolutely transformational to how restful your sleep is.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't sound... Does it sound restful to you, Sam?
No.
The Elamind headband, which is the first to be clinically shown to fix the other side of the sleep equation, helping people fall asleep faster using precise acoustic stimulation.
There's a lot of these gadgets on the market, and I need to really dive into the research behind them. There are some that work, especially when it comes to stimulating certain nerves, the vestibular nerves, in order to help people become sleepy, but they don't work very quickly. They're imperfect, especially these that work with EEG brain signals and create acoustic stimulation. I think if you need a tool to fall asleep, there needs to be a visit or discussion with a doctor as to figuring out the reason why that's happening, as opposed to solving it with one of these gadgets.
I found these glasses online by a company called Luminet, and they blast you with light, like the literal opposite of sunglasses. Ooh. It's surprisingly out of your way. Like, I very much feel like I can carry on doing what I'm doing.
Bro, no you can't. Like, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna just carry about your day with this thing on your head.
It's actually a pretty well-established thing that one way to fix your sleep cycle is to focus on exposing yourself to lots of light early in the morning.
Oh my God, go outside. We've reached a new level of tech gadget where now instead of going outside or just opening the window, we need to have artificial light blast us. Back to the video in just a second, but first I want to tell you about Odoo, a business management software with a full suite of integrated apps. It allows you to bring every element of managing your business into a single platform. They've got apps for accounting, integrated CRM, manufacturing, point of sale, you name it. As you may have noticed from the items listed for sale down below, I have an e-commerce business selling merch. And if you have a business like mine, you'd love Odoo. They have apps from everything from real-time inventory tracking to scheduling, production planning. It's so great having every tool you need all in one place. Their interface products you'll never actually use. So click the link in my description to get started with a free 14-day trial, or even request a demo of Odoo and level up your business. All right, let's get back to the body transformation.
So one thing, if you're not getting completely optimal sleep, I would recommend you do is just see a doctor.
Oh, thank you. That was nice. We got a little shout out in there.
I found one who's a specialist in everything I suffer with.
Oh, a little fiber optic scope into the nose to check out the vocal cords, the oropharynx.
He stuck his big, long camera up my nose and immediately found inflammation because I have like 17 allergies. So he's given me a spray to take that down.
Azolastine probably, maybe a little intranasal steroid. Azolastine is an antihistamine. Flonase is the typical nasal steroid that we give people.
And then also from a blood test, he found that I have a pretty significant iron deficiency.
Oh, interesting.
He's saying is the most likely cause for all the restlessness that I get.
So restless leg syndrome, one of the things we need to check is iron, but in a person of this age, not knowing any other medical history or family history, I would be extremely concerned learning that you have an iron deficiency.
Vamos up in this.
One of the reasons people develop iron deficiency is because of bleeding. So they're
Vamos up in this. اون از روش سوی بهترشون ماخم بدوش غدا غدا Maintenant, je t'entends pas. Brandon. Brandon. Mon esti de drift sale. Montre-moi ton pénis.
C'est quoi ce bug?
Je sais pas, tu bugs.
Je bug pas tabarnak quand je m'entends, moi.
Je t'entends pas, moi.
Vous êtes les 3 mieux on dirait.
Moi, je suis pas si mieux.
Ok.
Montre-moi ton pénis pis arrête de chialer.
Ferme ta gueule, là.
Montre-moi ton pénis pis arrête de chialer, là.
J'ai dit ferme ta gueule.
Ta gueule m'a commencé à faire comme Michael, sinon.
Parfait.
Parfait, je m'en rappelle. Parfait, je m'en rappelle.
Je te parlerai plus.
Parfait. On va commencer à te crosser comme Michael.
Merci de valeur.
Ouais.
Ça va? Ah. C'est quoi un campé là, fils de patata?
Il montrait son pénis au passant. Il me montrait son pénis, c'est ça qu'il faisait.
Donne-moi ton cash.
Non.
Non, non, non.
Viens-t'en, 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 viens-t'en.
Parfait.
Montre-moi ton pénis en échange. J'ai dit, montre-moi ton pénis! Est-ce que tu calais, ça arrête de niaiser, ce petit trou de cul? Trou de balle. Bye bye!
C'est un vrai joueur.
Ouais, je m'en viens. On va le péter. Un autre joueur, Brandon, vas-y le coup de main. Ici. Tabarnak.
Bon. Je l'ai tué. Je t'ai vengé.
Good.
Ça va?
Ouais.
On tabarnak, moi. Un autre.
Bravo.
L'autre doit être sur le top.
Montre-moi ton pénis.
Je suis sûr et certain qu'il doit être sur le top. Là.
Oh non, Brandon, je crois un vrai joueur au goulag.
Hein?
Je crois un vrai joueur au goulag, j'ai failli me faire péter.
Ah, bien joué. Beau le gars.
J'ai failli mourir. Je m'en viens au loadout.
C'est sûr, ce gars-là. Hein. Non, ce gars-là, il est sur le top.
Je m'en viens au loadout. Je vais le voir en passant. Il est là, là.
Avance ton tac, là.
Ah, je m'en viens, là, tranquillement.
Les salles tyroliennes en haut.
Il a bougé, il est plus là, il est parti en bas.
Hein?
Il est en bas.
Je m'en fous, mais je m'en vais en haut. Non, ça se peut pas que ça soit en bas, là. J'ai le pressentiment qu'il est en haut, là. Il joue
Bon.
en bas, en haut, en bas, en haut.
Je m'en vais le péter.
Mais il est déjà mort, le gars, là.
Je m'en vais le péter, pareil.
Oh!
Montre-moi ton pénis, Brandon. Faut bien rire.
Bonjour!
Faut bien rire, ma grosse tapette sale.
Il y en a un autre, là, regarde. Hop, hop, hop.
C'est mon gars. Mort.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a lui en haut, hein? Il y a un sniper en haut, c'est ça que t'as vu?
Là, là.
Ouais, go. On va aller le push, on va aller le push, on va aller le push. C'est une vraie team, ça.
Ouais. On va se faire défoncer le cul.
On va jouer en offensif.
Ouais. Je vais te montrer mon pénis. Je vais te montrer mon pénis.
Là, maintenant, il faut aller pogner cette team là-bas.
Ah, moi je le rush, je m'en calisse, là, j'étais carré de le sniper. Je vais le rusher. Vrai joueur, Brendan, me fait défoncer. Tabarnak. Calisse, ce trou de cul.
Ah bah, ouais. Regarde, Jesus, un tabarnak, man, what the fuck, C'est chiant ça, là. Je vais retourner au loadout, là.
Ouais,
Combien? J'ai 4800, c'est bon, je vais pas te réanimer maintenant.
ouais.
Grand-mère, man, ça. Ah, bitch.
On va loadout.
Pourquoi t'es pas venu vers moi?
Je me rappelle le gars qui a tué notre teammate.
Ah, faut que je...
Ah, tabarnak! Il était cadre dans la maison!
Je reback. Ah, viens vers moi.
On a pas d'argent.
Oh, viens vers moi, s'il te plaît.
Ouais.
Même pas beaucoup de munitions, donc je sais même pas y a-t-il. Ok, je vais aller là-bas. Attends que t'atterrisses sur moi, là. Prends ton loadout,
Ouais.
puis on va aller chercher des balles dans
Hey, il y a un hacker dans le game. Il fait laguer mon PC. Il y a un hacker dans le game. Mon PC lag depuis 2 3 minutes, pis je sais pas pourquoi.
Je sais.
Mon PC lag, Brandon. Tu comprends-tu? Mon PC lag.
Ah ouais, j'ai compris. Je suis pas débile.
Il y a un gros problème, là.
Elle bug depuis le début de la game.
Non, moi, ça vient de commencer à bugger, là. Ça bug en crise, man.
C'est des bugs que je vais aller chercher.
Montre-moi ton pénis.
Moi, je dis que... Bon, on dit Chris.
Mauditement de calice.
Ah, c'est gang derrière. D'après moi, c'était le gars qui nous a tués tantôt.
Bon, la team était mort.
Ok. Touch. On monte ta gueule. On monte ta crise de gueule. Eh mon esti d'enfant, chienne de Christ à chien. Lève mon tabarnak. C'est bon ça? Ah, je sais c'est bon ça.
Montre-moi ton pénis.
Attends. Là on est bien là pour l'instant.
Ouais.
Moi je m'en vais pas, moi. Je avance un petit affaire puis je reviens en avant. C'est du bug de BS là.
T'as l'air de BS.
Non, ça bug là, c'est bizarre. Hein.
T'as l'air de BS social.
On le back. C'est un vrai gars ça. Ah non, mais c'est vrai truc. C'est un vrai gars ça, bon?
Ah ouais.
Ah ouais, c'est un vrai gars. Mais pourri ce gars-là. Ouais, y'en a qui sont pourris en esti, on dirait des bottes de balle. Bon, on va aller se ramasser des balles encore en bas.
Ouais.
Puis après, on décrisse de là. Parce que là, le monde s'en vient. Il va encore bien. Ça me prend une seule balle. Deux, ben voilà, un jeu d'équipe, tabarnak, un jeu d'enfant. T'as un jeu d'enfant, bon là on crisse une camp tabarnak.
Ben voilà. Dans le bac.
Il y a un gars qui est monté là-bas, non?
Donne-moi ton cash, je vais m'acheter de la drogue avec.
C'est un gars ça?
Ouais, on le pète. Gros, ça lag.
Ah.
Ça lag.
Qu'est-ce qui est crack?
Ça lag.
Oh oui, on arrive pas loin du hacker.
Big, ça bug.
Ah oui, on arrive pas loin du hacker, je viens de te dire. Hein.
Tabarnak, mon PC bug, c'est pas normal.
Ah ouais, parce que ça veut dire que c'était un vrai gros hacker de BS. Il est là. Ouais, il cheat.
Wow!
Il cheat, mon homme. Ouais, il cheat. C'est lui. Ah, tu viens de le voir, c'est lui. Reste lui là. Reste lui là.
Bon, ben la game est finie.
Regarde comment il cheat, regarde ça.
Wow!
Oh.
Think you're so hot, alright, dude? Bon, ben la game est finie.
Les gars restent dans le back, man, bro. Ils ont un shot à les prendre, c'est lui. Moi, je les regarderai pas tout le long de la game, je te dis, man.
Non, moi non plus. Je m'en allais me laver, moi. Non, je m'en vais me laver.
Fais une dernière game.
Je m'en vais me laver le cul.
La dernière game des dernières.
Je m'en vais me laver.
has to be a very thorough evaluation where you're losing blood. Sometimes it could be in your stool due to, obviously I'm thinking extreme cases, like a colon cancer diagnosis, but it needs to be tested because there could be microscopic small amounts that are being lost and not being found. So I never would just diagnose a person of this age with iron deficiency anemia without a workup to figure out why that exists.
I got a wedge pillow. My dad, who's almost definitely at this point where I inherit my snoring gene from, he swears by this. He carries one of these everywhere he goes because it lifts the entire upper half of your body.
That's also really good for individuals who struggle with reflux symptoms because it allows the acid to stay down in your stomach as opposed to coming up at night where people frequently have a lot of symptoms. And he did mention he has allergies. Sometimes when you lay flat, people will have postnasal drip where it actually drips onto the back of their throat, creating irritation, swelling, mucus, coughing at night, and that keeps people up as well. This helps battle that as well.
Now, the best way to measure fitness is something called a VO2 max test.
Well, no. VO2 max is one of the best variables that measures your aerobic fitness, but there are so many other variables to fitness that a VO2 max doesn't measure. Think about strength, think about coordination, anaerobic fitness. So VO2 max is part of that equation, and it's one of the most important variables when we think about controlling for cardiometabolic survival. So like decreasing the odds of having a heart attack or stroke and then surviving a heart attack and stroke. But what we're talking about a VO2 max improvement in is going from a really poor number to a moderate number, not going from a moderate number to some ultra high, ultra marathon number. That's not where the majority of health gains lie. Fitness influencers out there need to be careful of how they talk about these VO2 maxes.
VO2 max is actually pretty widely considered to be one of the best indicators for how long you're going to live. So you can imagine I wasn't ecstatic to find myself firmly in the fair category.
That's not exactly true. This has been overstated. What you should be aiming for with a VO2 max is just a good number. And I really push people away from looking at the variables on their wearables when it comes to VO2 max. They're also imperfect. They're not a metabolic lab value because you need a metabolic lab to actually get this number. And again, you're looking for good, maybe excellent. You don't need to get into that superior range to get the good health outcomes. It's comparing the very bad to the good where you get the best outcomes.
There's two things that can specifically help to address this though. One is interval training, so bursts of sprinting with quick breaks in between. I say as I've just taken a seat. It's not just a way to get more calories, because interval training, it trains your heart to actually get more oxygen to your muscles, and it trains your muscles to be able to use that oxygen better.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of described all exercise, but yes, interval training does work well for improving VO2 max. It's not the only way. Focusing on zone 2 cardio is valuable, but again, it's not a complete picture of one's fitness. You still need to take into consideration mobility, balance, coordination, sport-specific skills, strength. So it's about building a good foundation with zone 2 training, trying to get that ceiling higher with these interval trainings, and then focusing on all the other variables of fitness in between.
The second thing though, is this guy, the AeroFit.
Oh, I love this.
This is something you keep around your mouth and it basically makes it harder to breathe.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to use it in this way. There are specific exercises that they give you with this device that you can do to train your lungs and teach you to breathe the correct way using diaphragmatic breathing. I think it's a pretty cool tool. And remember, VO2 max is not just about taking more air in. It's about getting air in, air into your blood, how much your blood can deliver, and then the muscle and tissue can use.
I've searched for years for the perfect water bottle, and I think I found it, because I've also been treating myself by emptying one of these electrolyte sachets in there.
Okay, so that is quite controversial.
They make the taste much less boring, and they're quite clean. The only sweetener is a bit of stevia.
You got to be careful with a lot of these electrolyte powders. Most people are not exercising or sweating enough to lose enough electrolyte to warrant a 1,000 milligram bomb of sodium. And some of these companies, like LMNT, have statements on their websites, or at least have had statements on their websites, that are not in line with modern medical societies and modern medical knowledge about sodium. Especially here in the United States, we overconsume sodium like crazy. And especially my patients that have heart disease, congestive heart failure, they oftentimes end up in the ER from this overconsumption of sodium. So you need to be very, very mindful of how you consume these electrolytes. Very easy to overdo it.
When I started this challenge at 84.6 kg, one thing became immediately obvious to me. Losing weight the way that I'd originally planned is miserable.
Exercising while brushing your teeth, this is such a gimmick. Like, if you feel that you need to do this, you're doing something wrong. Exercise when it's time to exercise. Rest when it's time to rest. Work when it's time to work. When you start creating this through line of constantly burning calories and creating this obsession, that's what drives unhealthy relationships with food, with diet, with weight, with muscle. And we don't want that to happen. The idea of creating a healthy body is one that is sustainable, one that is enjoyable to your lifestyle, but also maximizing healthiness. When you're constantly just thinking about burning calories, that is not necessarily a healthy mindset. Weight is just a number that needs to be factored in to the totality of who you are as a human. That is called holistic medical practice.
So with just a few tiny habit adjustments like this, combined with about an hour of proper focused exercise a day.
That's great. I'd love to see that. Good form too.
Sometimes weight training too, because it was super important to me when cutting to not lose muscle. I have been every single day, I would say easily hitting over 1,000 calories burned.
And a lot of these overestimate how many calories you're actually burning. In fact, most of them are inaccurate. Studies have confirmed this.
The Wujamat, I forgot to mention the fairly important detail that this is what it sounds like to the confused wife trying to sleep next to you. To be fair, it is an amazing experience for the user. It just didn't help my sleep.
Shocker.
The Luminette glasses were better.
There is no way you'd be able to rate whether they work. You're changing 20 variables in your life, drastically changing your lifestyle, and then are trying to rate whether or not, it's not like you could say if they're comfort, you're not talking about their comfort, you're talking about their overall impact on sleep, and sleep is impacted by dozens of factors. There's no way you can give it a score at this point with this level of testing.
It's just, I never felt that wake up translate to a better sleep, like the things promised it would. So, B tier.
It shouldn't be B, it should be unrateable, because there's no way you can give an honest score on those.
Here's what really helped. 1, losing weight.
How do you know you did all the things at once?
I need to calm down. Everything's fine. I'm an adult.
This is why elimination diets need to be so carefully monitored by a doctor. You don't just eliminate 30 foods and go, oh, I'm better, so I'm not gonna eat these 30 foods. You either A, eliminate one at a time and see how that impacts your symptoms, or you remove multiple items and then gradually reintroduce until you have that symptom recur. Science.
Science rules.
This wedge pillow I tried at the start did also help, but I see this as a temporary solution because it's just so damn uncomfortable.
Another easy way of not using the wedge pillow is just putting like a 6-inch piece of wood underneath the foot of your bed on both sides, obviously. Gets that same principle of having you a little bit more upright, but without the cocked sensation of your body being forward.
This is 400 calories in strawberries. There are a lot of foods, like nuts, for example, that I think it's fair to say are generally considered healthy, but that are actually ridiculously high calorie. If I were to make my entire diet just supposedly healthy dried fruit and nuts like this, then this would be the entire amount of food I could have in a day.
Well, I would never put someone training for a soccer match on 1,800 calorie diet. It's just ridiculous. You need to build muscle. You need to rebuild the damage that you're doing to your body, especially when you're training for something as an undertrained individual. I think that was probably too much of a caloric restriction for what his goals were at the time.
But it was really when I combined that concept with another concept, intermittent fasting, that the weight loss went way beyond what I even thought was possible. So I've been having my last bite of food at around 6 p.m. each evening for the whole journey. But then for the second half, I've also delayed my first bite of food the next day until 12 p.m. lunchtime. So all of my eating happens within these 6 hours.
So intermittent fasting is interesting because it can help people lose weight. And he's claiming that it helped him a lot. I have success with it. I eat in a smaller window as well. But it's not because intermittent fasting has any sort of miraculous benefits like some of their proponents talk about. The real benefit and where you get your weight loss and the health benefits come from the fact that you have a shorter eating window, therefore you are less likely to consume calories. If I can only eat during an 8-hour window as opposed to a 16-hour window, suddenly there is less chance for me to eat more food just because of that time.
Intermittent fasting means that as soon as you can eat pretty much anything and stay in a calorie deficit.
Bro, you just showed those nuts. No, you cannot just eat anything. You eat that bowl of nuts, you're done for the day. You can now no longer eat. But yes, it would be quite filling and satiating to eat those nuts, but you'd still be hungry after 7 hours.
I spent a lot of time over the last few months kicking balls through cones, rain or shine, but let's be honest, mostly rain. I've had blisters, lots of blisters.
Yeah, soccer does give you a ton of blisters. The back of my heel when I played soccer in high school was brutal.
And also a leg injury. I basically took so many shots at goal one training session that I tore my main shooting muscle.
Shocking when you're eating at such a caloric restriction, sitting on a ball, just doing way too many activities and not getting enough rest. Remember, you need to exercise, but then you also need to recover. And recover is not just about time off from playing sports, but also re-energizing your body with the correct nutrients that it needs to heal.
I did the scan again. It was pretty good. So in 3 months, we've come down from 21% body fat to 13.2. So we've gone from average all the way past fit and straight to athletic. And then for the visceral fat around my organs, while I was 79th out of an average 100 people at the start, I'm now 15th.
It's great that he's getting such great results, and you can actually see the results on his body. The only issue I have here is it possible for him to stay consistent with this? Because these need to be lifestyle changes, not changes made for a 90-day program and then forgotten, in order to maximize all these health benefits that we're discussing. And it's great that he did this challenge. It's always cool to challenge yourself.
I did a VO2 max test at the start, which came out as fair. And so I was actually pretty taken aback by the fact that when I just redid that test, I've managed to move all the way from fair past good and straight into excellent. So is 90 days enough to transform your body? Turns out the answer is hell yeah.
Also depends on what your body was when you started and what your goals are. And are you doing it in a healthy way? Again, I strive that important level of not yo-yo dieting and yo-yo exercising, because that's not great for the body. Are energy drinks as bad for you as they say? Click here to find out, and as always, stay happy and healthy. I feel like I've been neglecting your comments, not answering your questions like a good doctor's supposed to do. So let's get to that. Does smelling Sharpies cause you to lose brain cells? I do not recommend huffing chemicals in any capacity. Sharpies would fall into that category. So please never do that. It's terrible for your brain. It's potentially deadly. I don't know. Why are you asking me this question? Is it okay to use your own saliva to treat small cuts? No. Why? Whose first instinct to get a cut and go, pooh? That's a weird instinct. That's what dogs do. And that's why I have to put the cone on the dog. Do you want me to put the cone on you? The human mouth has so much polymicrobial activity that if you get a human bite, you desperately need broad antibiotic coverage. Every now and then I wake up in the middle of the night with sleep paralysis and can't move. It's so scary. Is there any way to prevent it? 30-ish% of adults in their lifetime will have one episode of sleep paralysis, so it is fairly common. Trying to do your best to focus on sleep hygiene, making sure that you're not napping too close to bedtime, you're not over consuming alcohol, caffeinated products will help. Sometimes there's an underlying physical or mental health disorder that needs to be addressed. So doing a sleep study could be valuable, potentially getting a visit with a psychiatrist or a psychologist to see if there's a medication or therapies on board that can help. Very commonly for patients that have insomnia, I've been recommending CBTI, which is cognitive behavioral therapy focused specifically for insomnia. Can joints get stronger? Joints themselves are not strong or weak. Joints can be damaged, which can make them feel weaker, but the strength of a joint comes from the connective tissue and muscular tissue surrounding them. For example, when someone has, let's say, osteoarthritis of their knee, part of what we do in physical therapy is strengthening the muscles that end up protecting the knee while you walk. Because if you don't have good protection, every time you're taking a step, whether it's on your hip, on your knee, especially if you're carrying excess weight, you're putting more and wear and tear on that joint. My fiance refuses to take antibiotics because she's afraid it will kill all her good bacteria. Is there any truth to this? Taking antibiotics should be a decision that is medically decided with the notion of increasing benefit and decreasing harm. If you have a viral infection, which most people do when they have upper respiratory symptoms, taking antibiotics is not a good move because you will be harming your good bacteria, and there is no bad bacteria to be had and attacked. But if you're really sick, if you're experiencing pneumonia, if you're experiencing strep throat, which can lead to rheumatic fever, there are instances where antibiotics should be used because we know that the benefit outweighs the harm. Does it harm good bacteria? Yeah. It also impacts your gut microbiome, which we still don't fully understand, but we do know that there is such thing as antibiotic-associated diarrhea, which is why many of my patients that are prone to this, and even ones who aren't, I recommend consuming probiotic-rich foods while taking antibiotics, like yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, that kind of stuff. I have an energy drink every time I go to the gym, but my gym friends say it causes cancer. Is that true? First, I have to put it right into the open. Life causes cancer. If you live long enough, you'll develop some form of cancer. Overconsumption of energy drinks is a blight on humanity. Is harming our sleep, creating health issues, is impacting our mental health. Can I say that it's doing that to you? I cannot. But I actually have seen a story that I believe Daily Mail have really blown out of proportion, saying that this ingredient taurine that you see in some of the popular energy drinks causes turbocharged cancer because a study in Nature was looking at how the ingredient behaved in mice who had a specific type of blood cancer. And that's not what happened. It found that an already aggressive cancer became slightly more aggressive as this taurine was given, but that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen to you and I as humans. The answer is, if you have an energy drink every now and then, it's probably not the end of the world as long as you're young and healthy, but know that it can contribute to some heart arrhythmias. They can create issues with your mental health, again, your sleep, and then if you're messing with your sleep, you impact all sorts of other avenues within your life, including your cardiovascular health, your neurological health, etc. And I was actually looking into people using financial aid for sugary beverages. Nebraska was one that was trying to ban sugary sodas and energy drinks from the benefits that come for the financial aid. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think if you're going to be giving people money, subsidizing their livelihood, you should give them healthy food. If someone is receiving SNAP benefits, they're using those SNAP benefits to buy these unhealthy foods. They then get sick. They could potentially get so sick that they need dialysis and they end up getting federal benefits. You're really digging a hole for our healthcare system that we can't get out of. So if we can instead funnel those funds to healthier foods, that's a much better play for everyone involved. When we breathe, does some of that air go in and out of our stomach? How does the throat know which way to send air or food or water? The miracle that is the epiglottis that sits right on our little throat hole inside and allows us to breathe and air to go into our trachea and not into our esophagus. That being said, sometimes when you swallow, you also swallow air, and that's why if you're ever to get an x-ray, on an x-ray, air is seen as dark or black. That dark spot is air in your stomach because there is air in your GI tract from every time you swallow because you can't not swallow air. The air's everywhere. Does Rib have a go-to toy? Oh. Look at this guy. Yeah, he does. Me. Am I your go-to toy? Yeah, I'm your go-to toy. How big did he get? He used to be so small. I used to just hold him in my little hands. Look at that smile, though. Look at that. I just put up a video kissing him and then going like this. And people said I was causing him anxiety. Rib, do I cause you anxiety?
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
I have a pillow that I think someone made me or someone sent me that is of me. And he doesn't really tear anything up at home, but he does carry around this pillow of me. Also, how random is this? I have Bear's baby teeth just hanging out on my desk. That's not for you, Rip. Silent Lover, how do you feel about online medical tests? I think I had ADHD. I took some online tests. Is that enough to know, or should I go see a regular doctor? I think it's not enough to just go see a regular doctor. A regular doctor and potentially a psychiatrist is the best move there. My hair started graying in my 20s. Why does our hair eventually lose color? Pigment, bruh. The pigment says deuces, just like mine is right now. In fact, in that video where I was kissing Rib, my hair looks really gray. But I think that the iPhone camera plays tricks on us sometimes. Is it dangerous to brush your teeth more than twice a day? Dangerous? No. Is it recommended by dental organizations that are smarter than me? Also no. I feel like your enamel will take a beating if you brush your teeth 10 times a day. BMO YouTube, how legit are sleep scores? Should I be tracking how well I sleep every night? BMO, here's how I think about it. Part of what it means to be healthy is trying to understand your body. So if you're going to sleep and you're having good sleep hygiene and you're waking up refreshed, what do you need a sleep tracker to tell you whether or not you're getting good sleep? The device is either going to tell you what you already knew, or it could potentially tell you something wrong that will impact how you feel. Because if you had a good night's sleep and you woke up feeling well rested, but then I give you false results off your watch and tell you actually had a terrible night's sleep, your performance will drop. That's been studied. And there's a whole set of anxieties that come around this sleep tracking called orthosomnia that has been described in medical literature. So don't get anxious about it. I've heard sleeping on a hardwood floor is actually good for your spine. Is this true? I would not recommend it. If you want to get some relief for back pain, getting a firm supportive mattress that still has a soft surface is ideal so that it is able to cradle the surfaces but still support your spine so that you're not completely uneven. Part of a good sleep posture is making sure you have the correct pillow for your preferred sleeping position. For example, if you like to sleep on your side, you're going to need a little bit more support. If you sleep on your back, you might want a thinner pillow. But no, I don't recommend on hardwood floor sleeping. I think there are better options. Why is my ring finger so janky? Why is it worse than every other finger? Maybe you don't want to get married. Maybe it's just your finger's instinct to say, YOLO, I'ma roll solo. My suspicion is you either overused it or you've had some sort of injury. For example, I have some janky fingers, and a lot of it comes from jamming my fingers playing basketball or being a goalkeeper when I was in high school playing soccer. And the reason why I'm thinking injury and trauma versus an autoimmune joint disease issue is because it's only present in one finger. So if it's something systemic, I would expect it to be on both sides. But if you just have one finger impacted, it's likely due to some kind of overuse, some kind of trauma. Not with 100% certainty, but that's where my mind goes. My biggest concern with 23andMe is that someone's DNA can end up in the wrong hands. What if government starts cloning people? How are you going to prove that you're the real you against your clone? We need to make a movie. I'm sure that there is a movie made about this, but I feel like we need to work in 23andMe in it, but we should call it like 46andYou, just so that we don't get sued, because I feel like the company that bought all the records that came with 23andMe is probably trying to maximize that financial investment in our medical records and in the lawsuits that it can trigger against people. My dad has a really dark neck, and your video got me to check with a doctor, and it was very serious. Thank you, Dr. Mike, for this. Without this video, it might have been too late. That's amazing, Janine. Thank you for sharing that with me. What you're probably describing is acanthosis nigricans, which is a darkening of skin folds that can happen with someone who has adrenal issues or perhaps insulin issues related to a form of diabetes. In general, for your skin, if you see new moles pop up that look atypical and weird, definitely get them checked out. Or dark lines on the fingernail, also very important. Is it possible for taste buds to change over time so you end up liking something later in life that you didn't when you were younger? Yeah, they do change. You do have a capacity to enjoy things that were once perhaps too bitter for you. Do I have a medical reason as to why they change? No, I don't. There's definitely a change that does occur. Hey doc, do you have any tips for dealing with Osgood-Schlatter's? I've dealt with Osgood-Schlatter's. Usually activity modification, icing, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories will do the trick. Physical therapy, obviously, as well. But for me, KT tape. I put it on. I left it on for several days. I swear to God, I never had a problem afterwards. How often should I wash my bath towel? I think after every bath or two, after every shower or two is a reasonable move here. The problem with bath towels is moisture builds up. Sometimes they're hung in a way where part of it is not getting good aeration. That's going to create fungal growth. You don't want to be rubbing fungus on your freshly clean skin, especially if you're somebody that's prone to skin irritation, which so many of us are. What's your process for deciding who you invite on your podcast? It's topical based on what's happening in the world today. It's conversations that I genuinely enjoy and want to have. I think if there's a public health need, like currently we're looking for a really good expert to talk about headaches, I'm open to suggestions. If there's someone you want to see on the pod, drop it down below in the comments. Who is Sam? Dr. Mike's friend, his roommate, boyfriend, fiance, husband, family member I'd like to know. Sam is the managing editor of the Dr. Mike channel. He is the one that has gathered these questions. So if you want to bribe him, please email him. His email is samdonaldbowers@gmail.com.
Yeah, on that spectrum, which one is it?
All of the above. Whatever I need that day.
That's right.
How accurate do you think the 911 show is? I know it isn't medically based, but there's some medical stuff in it. Okay, there's medical stuff in it, as in a shark appears on a highway, bites a dude's arm, leg off, and then they have to rescue the person. Instead of me telling you, why don't you watch my reaction? Click here to check it out. As always, stay happy. Who are you gonna call? Not them, 911. Let's talk about it.
911, what's your emergency? I think I hear a baby cry in the wall. How's the baby on the wall? No, not on the wall, in the wall. There's a baby inside my wall. I think someone flushed a baby down the toilet.
What?
12 seconds later.
I thought that's just a joke we did as medical students, listening to the wall to hear the other room with the stethoscope. Oh my God. A premature baby that cries loudly enough that you can hear it through a wall and a pipe and it's surviving through water. I mean, like, this is just ridiculous.
All right, stop. Get the head out, Bobby. Get the head out.
You gotta push him below. This is not how I've delivered babies when I delivered babies. Not from pipes. So much wrong with this.
Okay, pull her out, pull her out.
Fakest baby, too.
All right, she's never been starting CPR. Come on.
Correct form with the hands, but gotta push a little deeper, man. This is such a ridiculous scene that I would say this would never happen, but I know one of you is gonna pull out an article where one person in some small rural area this happened to, and they survived, and you guys are gonna be like, see, Mike, you don't know what you're talking about as a doctor.
Mike, shit.
Your daughter just had a baby. We have to get her to the hospital.
No, is that the mother? No, screw her.
She's bleeding out. She's a child.
That's ridiculous. You don't get to play judge and jury. You gotta save everyone's life, especially when it comes to a child who's lost a lot of blood. Who knows if she's in her right state of mind?
Yo, if this baby dies, it's on you.
Why would the baby die and why is it on her? What does she have to do with anything?
Who is choking you? Do you know him?
Oh, that's a boa. Snake fans, help me out here. That's a problem. Yes, call for help.
Bobby, it's no use. That thing is like 10 feet long. Its constriction strength is like 50 pounds per square inch.
Everyone is Dr. House.
Crap, it's getting really tight. I think we're gonna have to put it down.
Hey, stand back.
Spartacus.
Yeah, well, it was him or you, and I face a situation like that, I always choose to save the more attractive one.
I hope he gets fired after a statement like that.
Would you ever speak to a patient that way?
I would not. Respectfully.
What's your emergency? Shark! Shark! A man's been attacked by a shark.
Oh, man.
Beach are you on, ma'am? We're not on the beach. We're on the freeway.
What? This show is so incredible.
What the hell?
Tiger shark. We were transporting her for release into the wild. Truck jackknifed.
The truck jackknifed, and how did the guy's arm end up into the shark? Someone needs to explain that to me.
Do we wait that long or just,
No, don't kill her. She's come so far.
Award for empathy goes to that gentleman. He's getting his arm literally torn off, and he's like, think about the shark.
All right, let's get him transported now.
Nice and easy. From a brachial artery laceration, you can die in seconds.
How deep is it?
Yeah, his full arm.
It's the whole thing is in stuff.
And behold, the Salabasana. Everything hurts. The baby, is he okay?
Check your baby right now, okay? I'm gonna touch you right here in your stomach. Okay, there's no trauma to the abdomen.
Why would there be trauma to the abdomen? She's doing yoga.
Easy. I'm gonna take you. All right, I'm gonna take care of that. You take care of this.
Here we go. I got you.
I think I'm having contractions.
Are they real contractions, though?
All right, what's your name?
Beth,
Okay, I need a cup of water for Beth.
am I in labor?
I think it's Braxton Hicks. It's his...
I mean, Braxton Hicks contractions are something reasonable to think about. How he knew that instantly without understanding if she's totally in labor or not, I have no idea. That's kind of ridiculous.
You get you nice and relaxed and hydrated, okay?
There's just like really good questions to be asked here, not are you thirsty?
Oh my God, my water broke.
What is this class?
No, it's your emergency.
My son, he hit his head on the diving board and he's not breathing. Oh my God, he's turning blue.
I need you to perform CPR on him.
Interesting that they'd say to perform CPR right away. I would like to check for a pulse first, but if he's turning blue, that probably means he's not breathing, he's pulseless, he's not unresponsive. Again, chest compressions, chest compressions, chest compressions. It's not about mouth to mouth anymore. It's about pumping the heart and causing it to push the blood throughout your system, which still has some oxygen in it.
Water out. Coming around, starting compressions.
I mean, I would have loved to see them check for a pulse here.
He's underwater?
I don't know, a few minutes maybe.
Those are terrible chest compressions. They have to be at least 2 inches deep. You have to risk breaking ribs in order for them to be effective. Remember, the job of the chest compressions is to actually compress the heart. And if you're just doing them superficially, you're just doing it for a show. They are doing it for a show. I guess that's okay.
As soon as help arrives, most people just hang up.
Yeah. What are you, sad?
Okay, just hang on.
That's a no-no. Never point anything with gun at yourself. Nail gun, paintball gun, cap gun. Guns. He needs a level 1 trauma surgeon stat.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Don't pull it out.
No, do not remove the nail. Help is on the way.
I'm gonna clear your shirt so we can see what we're working with.
Dude, do not clear anything. Put him on the stretcher and bring him to the hospital where emergency surgery can happen.
You hit the bullseye.
Who makes jokes like that? Hit the bullseye.
Nice and easy. Bring it around.
Sure.
Careful.
If he hit a lung, he's also gonna have a collapsed lung there as well.
Take a few deep breaths for me.
Bro, just put him on the stretcher, bring him to the hospital. Stop torturing the man.
I need to get you to the hospital for pericardiocentesis. That's where they'll drain the fluid.
Dude, you don't even know what is the extent of the damage. This is ridiculous that they're diagnosing him already knowing everything that's happening. Do you know why I'm getting so angry? Because too often patients come in and someone does this like incorrect diagnosis thing on the go, and then I have to come in and correct all this misinformation, and it confuses patients. It's hard enough to hear what's happening here when you have a nail gun in your heart, but then imagine trying to deal with who's right, who's wrong.
Of course I did. Why?
That is not a good rhythm. Yep, that's a problem. That is a problem.
Fix it at the hospital, but only if he's not dead.
In this case, there's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is try and resuscitate. But like pulling the nail out, pushing the nail further in, you're only gonna do more damage.
Come on, you're not leaving your daughter hanging like that.
We got a pulse.
Yep. Heart's beating again.
Yeah, heart's beating again, but he's actively bleeding out. There's like zero use for celebrating here. It's quite often that a patient gets resuscitated with CPR only to lose their pulse shortly thereafter. So like this is not a win by any means.
Can't move my neck.
Oh no. Is that a Phineas Gage situation right now?
Got a piece of rebar through his skull. How is that even possible?
Well, it's possible. Brain tissue has no nociceptors. It can't feel pain.
That is actually true. However, the meninges feel pain, skin feels pain, and you know all those videos circulating around with the person playing an instrument while they're doing brain surgery? That can happen because the brain has no pain receptors.
Why are you guys like cutting me out of here?
It's complicated.
Why?
You've been injured, Jim.
Well, how bad is it?
It's not good.
What is this conversation thing that happens? This is not real. Just do your job. You're 911. Don't start taking selfies and FaceTiming your friends.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm at Metro Fitness on Hollywood. My boss is burning up.
You mean he's feverish?
No, that's
Burning
not
up?
what I mean.
I smelled something burning.
Oh my God.
We all kept trying to tell him to get it fixed.
She couldn't have unplugged it?
Why the hell didn't he just get out?
Might have had a stroke.
How did he know he has a stroke? I mean, these guys with their like house MD ridiculous diagnoses.
Me too, may have had a stroke. Drugs could be an underlying cause. What was he on?
Well, what is this guy? He's on drugs. How do you know? Look at him. What do you mean, look at him?
Starting compressions.
Good compressions. Yeah, that's normal, so keep going. I mean, not normal, but normal if your skin's so damaged, but the chest compressions override that. Because remember, when someone's heart stops, that means they're dead. So whether or not you damage their skin, they're already dead. Try and bring them back.
Nope, he's gone.
What do you mean, nope, he's gone? Do more chest compressions, try and bring him back. My hands got dirty, he's gone. I'm getting mad at the show.
We have a stunt so daring, a video so bold, it might just break the internet!
Oh my God, is this a YouTube challenge, a TikTok challenge?
This!
What is the purpose of this? How is the bike not moving? How long has that poor guy been on there? He's probably like completely out of it.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, that's a problem. Need an ophthalmology consult stat?
Could be G-lock.
G-force poisoning from the force of the spin?
Right now, all his blood is pooling inside his head. It's pressing against his brain, which is why he's out cold.
I don't know if that's G-lock. G-lock is when you essentially have your blood go to the lower part of your body and you're not getting enough circulation. And this is a very big problem for F-16 pilots. I actually flew an F-16, so I studied this. Click the video down below.
In you go.
I would not do this without an ophthalmologist on site. I would not do this. Like, there's no way firefighters or first responders would do this. Wow, that was super.
Eventually, could you die from spinning that much?
I mean, you could die from anything. Like, can you run to your death? Yeah. Speaking of G-forces, check out this video of me flying an F-16. That's right, The United States Air Force Thunderbirds reached out and asked if I was ready to fly in an F-16. I reluctantly said yes. I'm gonna pass out. I mean, there's no other way about it. I'm gonna pass out.
Blood's just gonna drain out of your skull.
I'm a little dizzy. We can, okay, take a quick pause.
Do you feel like you have an elephant sitting on your chest? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Had to wake up 4 a.m. So you can bet I didn't sleep much. Even though the explicit instructions were sleep a good night's sleep. They also said have a heavy breakfast, or at least a good breakfast. I had a protein bar. Oh, and a banana. We're trying to enter the Air Force Base, but apparently they said we don't know who you are. Apparently the Pentagon did not send our clearance through to this spot right here. And because of that, oh my God, plane landing. I was afraid to do this. What was I afraid of, you may ask? Well, the heights for one, the not knowing what it's gonna feel like 2, and 3, I was worried about G-lock. G-force induced loss of consciousness. Okay, first of all, what is G-force? G-force is a poorly received 2009 Disney film about a team of secret agent guinea pigs. G-force is also a measurement of the force of gravity on our bodies. In everyday life, we have 1 G of force on us. That's the Earth's standard force of gravity. Our bodies are well acclimated to this.
So we're gonna get you up to 9 Gs today. A really wicked roller coaster is like 3 to 4 Gs, give or take. At 1 G, let's say you weigh 200 pounds. At 9 Gs, you're gonna weigh 1,800 pounds. Fluids do what gravity tells them to. In this case, the blood's just gonna drain out of your skull.
So as your heart beats, it's trying to have the blood move up, but there's way too much force pushing it down. As a result, you don't get enough circulation. You don't get enough oxygen going to the brain. You G-lock, you pass out.
How you feeling, sir?
The only way to fight that? 1, I'm gonna be wearing a very special suit that helps squeeze my lower body in order to help push some of this blood back up into my body. The second thing is something known as the anti-G straining maneuver.
Ready now. Good clench.
Basically what I needed to do, learn to squeeze my entire lower body and try and keep my blood up here, and you're doing a breathing technique where you're exhaling very short breaths against a closed glottis.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because if you don't, if you, let's say, go, good luck taking a big, deep breath in.
Do you feel like you have an elephant sitting on your chest?
This will be the t-shirt you wear underneath. This is gonna be your flight suit, so it's like one big pajama onesie. Okay. And then these are your boots, size 11?
Okay, yep.
All right.
They make it sound so easy, Sam. No, it's not.
You said you'll be giggling at 9 Gs, I think.
I somehow don't think that's... Wait, didn't you say you can't have synthetics on? I think I'm wearing synthetic underwear. I haven't worn boots like this ever in my life. I would not make a good soldier.
Everyone who wears this patch, we have to work our way up to it. So it's an honor to wear this patch, and today you get to wear it.
Yeah.
I am ready to not eject out of this aircraft.
Okay, perfect. Good? Do you feel like you have a good seal?
Yes.
Inhale, hold, 1, 2, 3, exhale. Yep, and take the helmet off. Perfect.
They taught me about the eject lever in between my legs, but they also consistently told me do not pull it unless you truly need to eject. Apparently someone in the past, they were so anxious being inside the cockpit that they just pulled it to escape out. Next walks in Lieutenant Colonel Kevin DeFalco, and he tells me everything we're about to do in this plane. And I'm not gonna lie, my anxiety was at an all-time high. I'm gonna pass out. I mean, there's no other way about it. I'm gonna pass out.
You'll be fine, I promise. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm like 5'1", 100.
Yeah, but that makes it better for you. You're more
that's true.
protected from the G-force.
That's true. Short and female.
To be honest, like they sound very reassuring when they talk to you, but I think that the reassurance may be one of those like make him think he'll be okay, so he will be okay. So I don't think I'm gonna be okay. But I might be okay.
A storm is coming, but I'm prepared. I'll be gone for a while, but don't be scared. Right now, I don't know if I'll ever arrive. Where the grass is green, we're still alive.
Famous last words.
This was a bad idea.
Smoke on ready now.
Before 2, you are aware the
Smoke
GFR.
ready now. 7 on the roll.
2, they will be
Right there's an afterburner.
Before 2, roger that, sir.
There's 100 miles per hour.
3-4, remain west of 3-4 at all times. Departure not linear, turn on rest down course.
We're going to take off here. Gear's coming up. There's 250 miles an hour. Get Brett.
Altitude.
Here come the G's.
Level 4 Alpha Mike, cross runway 27, right turn on Alpha, hold short of 3-4 on Alpha, contact tower, ready for back taxi.
Cessna 6 on Papa, go around for faster traffic inbound, 3 mile final.
All right, so yeah, if you look at
Thank you, pass behind that
we're going
traffic
about
and
0.67 Mach, so about 67% the speed of sound.
That's in the bottom left corner.
Bottom left corner.
Go around again.
303 knots, and I can switch that to ground speed. We're going 395 miles per hour ground speed.
Roger, last down with departure to Caldwell to 3.
Ready to go?
Yep.
All right, good breath. Good. Here come the G's.
I'm starting.